Hey guys, it's me, Shonda, creator of the CraftPrint. If you're new here, welcome to the Madhouse. If you've been here before, you've been rocking with me for a long time, y'all know I love y'all. I don't like long intros, so let's get straight to today's project. No long talking. Also, subscribe if you didn't yet. We're gonna be unboxing, of course my finger got stuck, but that's just me, the F1 from xTool. So xTool was nice enough to send this machine over to me. I was gifted the F1 along with the air purifier. You'll see all of that soon. So we're gonna unbox, set it up, and try a few projects. And before that, I just want to add that I am not here to tell you I'm a professional, this is the way to do things. I'm here most of the time learning new things too, but just showing you the way that I do it. So I have never used this machine. I don't know how to use it, but we're gonna learn together. We're gonna get these projects done. So let's get it. So we starting from the beginning, like me dragging the boxes into the craft room and literally taking them out and showing y'all all the pieces. So we have the slider extension, we have the air purifier, and we have the F1, right? So I'm gonna show y'all me taking it out. Don't laugh, I only had that knife, but just know today I bought some little box cutters so I could look more professional on video. Now, they package these things really good. Ain't nothing happening to your machine when it comes to your house, okay? And y'all will see, I was out of breath. Don't blame me, blame the belly. But anyway, let me get into exactly what the machine is while y'all see me unbox all the pieces and everything that comes with it. So the xTool is a portable laser engraver and cutter with two different lasers. It has a 10-watt diode laser and a 2-watt infrared laser. I almost messed that up, y'all. Now, the diode laser is blue and it works good on materials like wood, acrylic, leather, slate, glass, and ceramic. And that infrared laser, it works well on like aluminum, brass, and stainless steel. Now, y'all just saw that picture because I wanted to show y'all all of the sample materials that they send with the machine when you buy it. So you can buy the machine, just standalone machine, for $1,500. You can buy the machine with the slider extension for $1,718, I believe. Then they have a deluxe bundle that you can purchase that comes with the laser, the extender, the air purifier, also a button switch, also that material kit, and the RA2 Pro, which is like a rotating machine for you to use tumblers. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you how everything is used. Okay, so we are at the back of the machine so I can show you how everything gets plugged in. First of all, you see the hose. I'm gonna call it a hose. So it's gonna be at the top of the air purifier, and the other end goes right here at the bottom, and you push it on. I'm just gonna remove it so that you can see the cords better. So now, remember that little, this one goes right here. And you can tell because, make sure I put it in right. You see the shapes for it, okay? Now, the power. This is the power cord that's going in here. And of course, the other end, you're plugging in. Then, the middle one, you see the little design? It looks like a square with some waves. So that is what's plugging into the air purifier, and it has that USB-C cord. So I'm gonna plug it in, and then it goes over into the other side where it's labeled F1, right there. Now, the square with the waves, that means that's for the air purifier. So the little images shows you where it go, right? Now over here, that's the power cord for the air purifier. So you're gonna plug those two in, and then now you need to link that bad boy to your computer. So it gets plugged in at the side here. And of course, it makes it very easy for you. Little computer sign, right? Now, the cord has this end. My computer doesn't, so that's why I need the adapter. And I plug it straight into my laptop, and then we can go into their design. And also, it shows you in the instructions here to plug it in, and the key, the rotate to reset button there, and it tells you to remove, like what we did. Now that rotate to reset button, that's here. When that is popped in, the machine won't work. Turn it, pop it out, and there you go. Now, also back on this side, this is the power button here, and to focus your laser, and I'm gonna show you that too. Y'all know I had to get a little help. So when you're moving that button up and down to align your laser, you're gonna see the actual F1 move up or down depending on the direction you're going. You'll see the two lasers there, and you'll see them as they align. You have to stop when they touch each other and they meet, basically. See that? Cool, ain't it? Now, this is the cap that you're going to remove before we start also. Go to their website, xTool.com, because we need the software. You're going to click on software, click on download, and then you come here and choose which one you want. I'm downloading this one. Now you can read through everything here if you want, and then agree. Okay, so you're going to start, and it's just basically showing us here the website, right? So we're gonna go, you could click on new project, or you can click on this plus right here, but you need to log in first. So I'm going to do that, or sign up if you're new. Okay, so you see here it says new project. We'll go straight into that. Now let's click on please connect to your device. So I do have it plugged into the computer. There we go. And you heard the clicking noise. Okay, so what I want to mention too, I am pretty new to their creative space. I have had it on my computer for the M1, but I haven't used it a lot. So we're going to be learning together. Today, because we're just unboxing the F1, we're just going to go through, making some projects with some of the items that they sent us. So let's start off with text. So right here is text. You're going to click text. Then you click in the middle field here, and you see it pops up. So let's change this to my name. And then I'm going to show you some of the features on the side here where you can change the font and things like that. So right here where it says text, this is the font that's currently there. I'm going to click the drop down, and these are the fonts that are available. Let's choose something cute. I don't know. I just picked this random one. It says Heart Love. Count. Now, you see how those pieces are overlapping? They would cut right into each other. Or, you know what I'm saying. So you're going to weld. That's the option we have here, weld. And you see how it is? Now outline, that's our offset. So you can bring it in, make it bigger, and you choose. So you can, see, design things in here. I don't want one, so I'm just going to put it right back in the middle. Hold on. Put it to 0. Okay. I just wanted to show you guys that option. Also, right here, where it says processing type, this is to score. We want to engrave. So now this is what it's going to engrave. And it has user-defined settings. That's going to be once we choose what material we have. The system has perfect settings for each one. Now, easy set panel. This is the different laser types. Now, I am not familiar with this, so guess what? Right now, I won't be touching it. Let's come out of there. Let's click on processing. So the options they have there is process on base plate, which is just regular. Use the rotary attachment. Then they have base plate removed. For this option, you can remove that base plate on the F1, and then you can actually put something underneath. Like you raise up the F1 and put it underneath. And then the last one is use slide extension. But today, right now, we're using process on base plate. And then processing, you're going to choose the user defined material. And if you hover over them also, they will show you what it is if you're not sure. So we're going to try with this first. I want to show you guys something before we move along, right? So right here with the text, I was telling you when you click down and it shows you what fonts they have. So right here is the xTool selected typeface. These are the fonts that they have, right? Once you get here to system typefaces, that is showing you everything that you have on your computer. So all of these fonts is what I already have downloaded on my computer. So I just want to make sure you guys knew that. Now, the option for framing is going to be a rectangle and then the outline. So I'm going to show you what both looks like. And this is how you determine where your product is going to land on the item you have. So we're going to be using this. Going to click on framing. And you see the rectangle that's showing? That's showing you where it goes. So you're going to center it. Then we're going to stop framing. I'm going to click on outline, then go back to framing and show you what that looks like. It's going to outline your design. So it's showing you where the name is going to land. So while it's framing, if you want to move up, you can just drag it and it'll change locations. So that location is good. We're going to stop framing. We're going to send, click process. Then we're going to select start. Look at that. I'm going to try the business card that came on here, the metal business card. I'm going to make my name a little smaller. Now over here, I didn't really talk about it before, but the text is here. This is for you to upload anything into the creative space. Right here is where they have align, rectangle, and circle. Here, vector, and right here, they have shape. So we could click on something. Let's choose this cute little fancy design. Let's turn it. I actually like it where it's touching the letters. So we're gonna leave it there. Now you're gonna go right here where the material is, and we're gonna find the color that we're going to use right here. And then again, we're going to frame. We're going to use the outline frame so we know exactly like the whole design. And then we'll send it over, see where it lands, and start working on it. Start button. This is actually gorgeous. For the slate coaster, I chose a pattern and it was over here. You would just click right here where the shapes and come down to patterns And here are the different patterns you can use. This is the one that I used here. And of course, when you click on processing, you choose stone coaster. Then try your framing, process. Okay, so now I'm going to find a design for the leather patch. Let's see what they have here, something they have. Let's make sure we change the material. Right here. Leather patch. My first attempt with the black acrylic using the xTool settings was a complete fail. You didn't see nothing. So what I did, I put it back in, peeled off the masking tape, and I tried a few different settings. But I'm going to show you what worked. So, of course, we're still on the 3mm. We're going to select it, go into Easy Panel, and this is what I use. 82% power. Now, it was just a random number I just slide over to, but it came up to 1367 for speed. And I put 2 passes, and the line per centimeter was 260. And this actually worked. It's on there, but very faint. This is what worked. Blue light, 80% power, 15 speed, 2 passes, and I kept that 100 lines per centimeter. And this worked for me. So much better. Now that we tried out these materials, let's pull out our slide extension, set it up, and I'm going to show you a project and how you would use it properly. Okay, with this step, I had a little help, as you guys can see. So we took the slide extension out of the box, and this first piece is like a ruler on the end. We did jump the gun and put this on, but when you get into the creative space, they're going to show you through the steps how to line it up. But we lined it up exactly with that 0 right there. Then you're going to screw it in. That basically tightens it and holds it in place. Right? So now we're going to plug in the slide extension. You'll see that extension on the side of the F1, but on the slide extension, it's on the back, right there where I'm showing you. So you just put it in. And then the other side, it is short because the slide extension stays close to your actual cutting machine. So it doesn't have to be a long cord, but it's on the top there and you put it in. Very simple. And that's one of the things I like about this machine. The setup was kind of simple. I struggled with this part, so I had to go over it more than once, but Joelle helped me out. So now we're going to head over into the creative space. Now at the top, you're going to make sure you select the F1 machine. Then on the right side of your screen, you're going to go to process on base plate. Select the 4th option that says use slide extension. When you select that, there's a pop-up in blue that comes up that tells you to follow the calibration guide strictly before using the slide extension. Now, this is step 1, and that's the step I told you where we already did that and screwed on that piece and then just pushed the slide extension onto the F1, but I'm going to show you guys now. And that would be right over here. And that's where the 0 is, right here. And this bar is lined up right where the 0. Okay, so the slide extension must be pushed onto the F1 and lined up with those 2 lines. It's going to be the second one. And make sure that white line is lined up right where that little curve line is. You want it to be perfect. Then you go into the creative space again and click over to step 2, which is screwing in the screw on the left side. Okay, so you see how it's lined up with this all the way over to my right, and then you have the screw plate here, And you're going to use that screwdriver that came in the box to tighten that right there, and then click next. So now we're moving on to step 3, which is start the calibration guide. So you're going to move the slide extension to align the laser with the middle movable ruler, and I'll show it to you. Then after that, you're going to tighten the screw on the left. So this is it here. So you see the laser line and then your ruler, your movable ruler, you want them to line up perfectly at the top line and that little bottom line. It's going to make like a T. Also, you see that little silver piece? If it's not lining up and you need to move it because maybe you don't have it lined up on the number 0 perfectly, unscrew it, line it up, and then tighten it back. Now the last step is the final calibration, and then it's actually going to move on its own, and then we're going to tighten the screw on the right. So this is where you would have to screw it in, and that's it. We're done. Okay, so it doesn't move itself back into the center, so I just manually slid the extension to the center so we can start our project. But before we do that, I want to explain these extra pieces that come in the box that kind of scared me because I thought I had to assemble something with them, but you don't. Just think of them as clamps. I mean, that's what they are. So you get 2 of them that slide on the top and the bottom. You'll see the 2 pieces there. I don't know how to describe these things. Just slide it right on in. Then the metal piece at the top is to screw it in place. I sped that up so y'all don't gotta watch me do it. Then you can pull it up, move it around, and you get 2 of these. The other one goes right across from it. Slide it into that groove, tighten it in, pull it up, and then move it around. And then it could hold down the product that you're using on the extension base. But you see that middle piece that I just tapped? If your product sits in the middle, these 2 pieces can't get it. So we have these now here. It has a clamping mechanism. You get 3 in the box. You just squeeze it and place it on any one of these grooves that's closest to your product. You can pull it up and move it around. Simple. If it doesn't reach, hit the clamp, pick it up, move it somewhere else. And because you have 3 in the box, I don't think we'll need anything else. So now anywhere on the slide extension, these clamps can reach and hold your product. So I'm going to start off with this popsicle stick. Usually we use these popsicle sticks for like graduation fans and kind of things like that. So I'm going to engrave one to show you how it looks and how we would set it up to make sure it engraves on the right spot on that stick. So I'm going to use the clamps to hold it down. Also, make sure you're clamping where your product does not need to be engraved, okay? So we're going to go over into the creative space again. And I click on the left side, the letter T for text. And I typed in 2004 because that's what I'm going to engrave. So when you go to processing type, make sure you change it to engrave because that's what we want to do on the actual popsicle stick. Now I clicked on those things, but I didn't need to. It was just me clicking around trying to figure out what I want. Right underneath that is text if you wanted to change the font. I don't. So after that, what I did was I played around with sizing. You can just move it around if you want, figure out where you want it. But I'll show you guys, just like with the other pieces, we're going to do the framing to figure out where it goes. So now you click framing at the top. I'm going to choose the rectangle. I'm going to click on framing. Then you're going to get this message that pops up. So the framing operation, that's the button on the side, the right side. You're going to turn it and just line up the 2 laser beams you see on the bottom. Then the framing starts, as you see down here. And you see that rectangle showing on the popsicle stick, and that's basically telling us where it will go. Now, the other option for framing is outline, which I chose there. And then when it pops up, it's literally going to outline the text that you have, that 2024.
We're going to frame it,
that's what it's going to show on the popsicle stick.
When it's perfect, and then we're going to process.
So you know exactly where it's going to go. Now, if it's too big or out of line, you don't have to click stop framing. Just start moving around your text or your design. Here, I'm minimizing it, making it a little smaller. Then I'm going to move it around. And you'll see the same thing will happen with the frame that it's showing. It's going to change size as you change it. So you don't got to keep coming in and out. Originally, I started doing that. I would cancel, make it smaller, go back in, leave the framing on, move it around until you find the exact spot that you want your engraving to be. Then you come back in you click stop framing, and then you can click process and get the process started on your engraving. Now this here is a very important part. Now you see the hood. We cannot bring the hood all the way down because our clamps are blocking it. You see that, right? So your hood is going to be a little bit above the clamps so that when it slides, your project can move and it's not going to bump into the hood of your machine. Now here's the thing. When we're using it and the hood of the machine has to be up, you have to have on the proper protective eyewear or you will mess up your eyes. So please do not do it. If you don't have it, turn around and don't look at the laser. I'll show you the eyewear that I'm referring to. This is the eyewear I'm referring to. I purchased these on Amazon. So you have to put these on. So you see the color of your hood is, a tinted color so that the laser doesn't mess your eye up. So when you have it up, that laser you can see. So you need to put this on if you're going to be looking directly at that laser. If not, and you get this before you get the glasses, turn around and do not look. So we're back in the creative space, and you're going to choose the material as 3mm basswood plywood. It worked really good for me. Then you're going to click process, and then we're going to put this baby to work. The full unboxing and setup of the xTool F1 and all of the projects we were able to work on. Again, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to do so because I will be having more xTool F1 content coming up.